Hello and welcome back to another video. Indy here, and today we do have another Gran Turismo video, and this one is going to be a lockdown league race, and this is going to be round 6, I believe, of the lockdown league, and this is going to be at Interlagos in the Gr3 category. And as you can see, we have actually changed our paint scheme. We are now rocking that blue and red, really bring out the country colors of America here in Brazil. And we put it on pole, and the lights are going to go out. And once again, we're going to repeat the same thing we've had struggle with, and that is launching this stupid Beetle. I cannot figure out how to do it. I probably need to look it up. And we're going to go into turn 1, and we're going to take a bit of contact because there was a very interesting move put on by Bays the Best in the GTR, and somehow we get pinballed around and still come out in second place. We do end up picking up a half-second penalty, but that is easily scrubbed away here. And we're going to take a look at the start, and we're going to really break down what actually happened here, as we were not sure at the time. We take a look at the replay. You can see we don't have the best start. We swing out, the GTR gets late on the brakes and just comes in, and that's a racing incident, I think, but he gets pinballed back, and the Porsche actually gets almost spun, but he gets spun into us, and we get actually not going straight, and the Porsche gets not going straight up in third place. So that actually worked out decently well. As you can see here on lap 1, this Mercedes has actually managed to pull out into the lead, and because of the fiasco we had to deal with in turn 1, so we're going to see if we can run him down here in the middle sector. And this is where I struggled in this stupid Beetle, is I could not get the thing to go fast through here to save my life. And I don't think the Beetle's the best car for this. I played with the setup a little bit, didn't really do much. But we're going to see what we can do, as we somehow put the car on pole, even though we were not the fastest in practice. I think we were second fastest in practice, but the GTR was fastest but could not put together a lap. So we're skipping ahead to lap 4, and we have caught the back of this Mercedes, and he's just going to... We're going to see if we can make a move here on lap 4, and we really need to get by him quickly so we can actually get a good lap and try and break away a lead. So we're coming down into this corner after the Senna S's in the little straight, and this corner is quite fun as well, as it's off camber, and it's so easy to get it wrong and go onto those rumble strips on the right and pick yourself up a penalty. And the leader has a .00 penalty, so it's less than a tenth of a second, but still trying to kill it off. And we're going to see if we can get a move. We were definitely faster than the Mercedes in this middle section. As I say that, he pulls away from us, but we do get a relatively decent exit off the corner. Dirty air is okay. There's not too much effects of dirty air in these GR3 cars, though it is still a little bit present in certain corners, and we are realizing the GTR is catching us quickly, and we really need to dispatch of this Mercedes as quickly as possible. So we are in this draft of Chris F20, and we're going to see if we can get a move done here going into turn 1. As you can see, the Beetle's just not faster in a straight line. The Mercedes pulls away off the final corner, and we can't get that close. We're definitely later on the brakes, and we're going to go in for the late apex and see if we can get the drive off the corner. And the Mercedes makes a mistake, gets on the power a bit too early, and loses the back end, and that is going to be the lead of the race for us here on lap 5. And we are actually going to hold it, as we're going to skip ahead way late in the race, lap 18, and we still have the lead, but the GTR is still closing on us, and I think we should have pitted at the end of lap 17, as we just lose. As you're going to see, we're going to lose a ton of time to the GTR on this lap. This is our in lap, and I think we just waited one lap too late to pit for these fresh super soft tires. As you can see, we're okay through here. Not terrible. Drop a wheel maybe onto the rumble strip, lose a bit here, but through this middle sector is where we're really going to just be throwing time away to this GTR, who I think is better on its tires, but this was a combination of not being great on tires and driver error. As you can see, we're relatively slow through there. We're going to get an awful run off that corner, not being able to get the power down. As you can see in the top right, the gap is just shrinking dramatically. Very slow through that corner versus the GTR, and not much grip through this left-hander as we have to come off the power quite a bit. And now coming through the final corner, and here with just 12 laps to go, we are going to dive our way into the pit lane and make our first stop of the race, and we're going to see if we can still manage to come out in the lead here, as the GTR is going to stay out, so he is going to do the opposite of what we do, and I think that was a good move based on his point, as he's going to go for the overcut here and see if he can actually come out. And we are just waiting on the fuel now, seeing how much fuel we actually need to go to the end, and it is just over half, around 51% I think is what we put in. So we're going to come out with 66%, as we went in with just 14. But as you can see, it says we're going to come out in P7. That is not entirely correct, as we're actually going to come out in P4 here with a sizable gap back behind us. But T-Code12 and Slideshow both have not pitted, so we will vault them in the standings here. As you can see, right now Slideshow's still staying out, but right now is going to be the crucial move, as Bay is the best did pit at the end of lap 19, and the overcut seems to have worked for him, as he, I guess, saved some more fuel, and it's going to get it to work better out than we did, as we're going to go to the outside here, try to get the move done around the outside. This is for effectively the lead of the race, and it's not going to happen here, as Bay's the best is going to come back through, and that might have just been the race. It is very hard to pass here, and I'm not even sure we're going to have the pace to be able to get close enough to put a pass. Our only hope is if Slideshow stays out a bit longer and actually Bay's the best gets caught behind him, but I'm not sure that is going to happen here, and we may have not done this very well, as here on lap 20 we realize that we have been out-strategized once again, as the Beetle on its fuel mileage and tire wear has hurt us once again in one of these races, where we're not going to be able to stay out on the track and run consistently laps for as long as some of these other cars. And the GTR is one of the best cars on the straight, so we're definitely not going to be able to pass it. As you can see, it just drives away. But here, T-Code12 and Slideshow both into the pits, so we are going to come out in effectively second and first place here. And that is where things are going to stand here with just 9 laps to go. As you can see, a bit of mistake there. We go a bit too deep into turn 1, and we're going to lose even more time off the lead. So we skip ahead to lap 24. At this point, we've pretty much given up and realized we're not going to win the race. But you never give up in racing, as you're going to see the leader put it in the wall. You can hear my excitement from the live conversation, and that is going to allow us to close up. And right here is going to be probably our best chance at an overtake will be on this lap with just 6 to go.
Jesus, that's a quick lap.
So as you can see, we actually put together a pretty quick lap for ourselves. It's still not a great lap. It's a 1:30.6, but it was our fastest lap of the race and was the fastest lap of the race up until this point. So we're going to see what we can actually do in this Beetle, as we're coming down now into the left-hander. And are we going to be close enough? Are we going to be able to close this gap down anymore? Unfortunately, skipping ahead onto lap 27, we still have not gotten by him, and we are going to see the gap has not really gotten any smaller, but it's not gotten really any bigger, so we're just going to see what we can do. We do have a 0.3 penalty, which is going to get killed off very easily at this track on these lobbies, as it just kills basically when you get under the brakes. But this gap to Bailey is not closing in quite fast enough like we would like it. But right here, this is the closest we have been through this middle sector with just 4 laps to go. We're going to see what we can do here as we make a mistake coming off the corner and get a bit sideways, and then come into this corner very badly, as we have our headset hooked up to just a regular DualShock 4 controller, and it had fallen off of my little rig stand, and it ripped off my headset, so I was playing with that, but that's not really an excuse, as that shouldn't have happened anyway. And as you can see, the gap has just opened up again, coming with now 3 laps to go. At this point, again, we're really not sure we're going to be able to win this race. We do have a very large gap back to 3rd place, and 3rd place is our main championship rival at this point, as he is the closest to us at the top of the points. And sadly, we're going to skip out of the last lap, and the gap has only gotten slightly bigger, but that GTR did put some relatively fast laps together, as I think it actually is the fast lap of the race with a 130.6, which is similar to what we did, but just a couple hundreds quicker. And we're going to come through the final corner. We're going to run a bit wide, but it's really not going to matter, and over 10 seconds back to 3rd place, but it's not going to be enough for the win here, as once again in these lockdown league races we're going to come up just short of a win. We have not won since the Nürburgring back in round 2 after winning 2 out of the 3 first races. So thanks guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a nice day.